Alright, hi guys, we're back for round 3. We're going to see Dan Krapu on Bant Nexus versus Ryan Munoz on Sultai Midrange, and they're already getting shuffled up, so we're just going to fade right into them. So, how do you feel about this matchup?
I believe Dan has got the better end on this one. I mean, Sultai Midrange is a real good deck move. We saw it in SCG, the Open, and I saw it a couple times in the Classic the next day since, I scrubbed out.
Right.
Like the greatest Magic player ever do. I believe that he's just got, I don't know, I mean, it's Crisis. And you have Nexus and you have Reclamation. So you just get there. Logger Walker sucks. It keeps you down a little bit, but you have enough removal to keep you going, and eventually once you get a Reclamation down, you don't really care what he plays anymore because you're just going to continue taking turns.
Right.
So I think he's got at least, I think it's like 70% in Dan's favor.
Right.
This matchup. Ryan might get one.
Yeah, I probably agree with you.
He might get one, but I think Dan wins overall.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Dan can obviously just, totally stumble out by, just not hitting a Reclamation or just missing a Nexus.
Well, with the deck, I mean, Ryan can put enough. If he gets a good hand, he can put enough pressure on Dan at first to keep that from happening, and get it. But it just depends. But he still needs Dan to stumble. He still needs a miss a land drop or just hit nothing but lands off his draws.
Right.
At least one time for him to get a chance. That's in my opinion. Both have decent hands, though,
Yeah,
for sure.
I definitely think Ryan's hand is a little bit weaker in this matchup. Just
Yes.
'cause his hand looks like a lot of things to deal with.
Creatures
that Dan has, and Dan does not have many of those.
No.
If any.
I mean, he ain't keeping a Crisis out there once he gets it down. I don't know for a while, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, and he just drew Nexus. Okay.
Yeah. Looking really good. And
he has 2 Nexus in hand.
Yeah.
Sorry. He does have proxy Nexuses.
I was just about to look at his janky one.
I don't know why.
No, it's because the one is bent. One of his Nexuses is bent.
Oh, okay.
To where you would actually be able to notice it. So
okay.
he would have played it normally here, but because he didn't refix it from the tournament, he was forced to use a proxy in the tournament.
Precognitive perception or whatever.
Yeah.
Scry 3, draw 3.
Such a good card.
I didn't see what those cards were. I saw Teferi, something else. Was it 2 Teferis and another card? Okay, so he's just drawing all 3 of them, whatever they are.
Definitely Teferi. What is that green?
I don't know what that green card is, though. It's either a Root Snare or the Wilderness Reclamation.
I think it's Root
So we're
Snare.
going to see a Crassus for 2. Go up to 21. I definitely see he does have a Wilderness Reclamation now, right?
There's Teferi.
Okay, so we're just going to play the Teferi instead. And plus, draw. I guess he's trying to hit his extra land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of untap, and then I guess he has the Revitalize up. Oh, yeah, he doesn't really care.
No.
I don't care about it either. As long as your fairy's there to plus and untap your lands, you don't care right now.
There's Walker, and there's the life gain. Up to 24. You see what he got off of that? Just another land, right? Yeah.
I just realized Dan's actually at 21, and now he's at 24. I didn't catch the first Revitalize that he has. I'm bad at math, guys. Apologize.
We forgive you, Dan.
Oh, thanks.
Not really.
Oh, he has 3
actually.
Nexus in
Oh
hand.
God, this is over. Well, see, but that's the problem is you don't.
No, you don't care.
No.
You get to literally just play Wilderness
whatever,
Reclamation and then chain Nexus. Because you have this untap from Teferi plus that.
This is just bad.
float,
So bad.
untap, float, untap 2,
Tap out and
Nexus. And he's like, I'm going to show you that I have this. Here's the Nexus. And Ryan's just going to sit here and go, cool, I'm going to watch you play with yourself for a little bit.
Order some pizza.
Right? Like, I'm
Like that novel you've been working on, Ryan.
He's going to pull his phone
Yep,
out.
there it
Oh,
is.
oh, no, he put it
No.
back. He put it back. Plus,
Sick.
draw, play search plus, just play search plus Nexus. Why not, right?
Yeah. Let's just get all of gas here.
End step, trigger, tap, float. So floating 4 here, and then floating more.
Play
Nexus, and then we still have the Teferi on tap, I believe.
Yes.
So just cast
Which
some more
it'll go
spells.
Teferi, then it'll be the Reclamation. Untap.
We'll revitalize here. And I believe at this
Ooh, another
point,
Teferi off the Revitalize.
I believe he's just
Southern
trying to find
Nexus.
a expansion explosion or something here.
I
He doesn't
think
have, he doesn't have
yet.
any red lands yet. But
No.
Search. What are we gonna see with this card? See,
Is
Pigeon
that, or
Gate.
what's that, Dawn of Hope or whatever, the one that you
he,
can tap make?
Yeah, he maybe plays Dawn of Hope. I'm not sure.
He does.
Okay. I know he told me to play Dawn of Hope in my deck when we were building it.
Yeah, he definitely does. It's one of his other win cons.
His land base.
If I'm not mistaken, too, I think he also plays March. I think I saw
I'm
one
not sure.
up in there before when I played him. Because I played him the second.
Yeah, Ryan's just kind of like
Third
sitting
round,
there
third
like,
round.
I don't really care what you do anymore. Just
Right.
kill me or something. Like, do you have a way to win? We'll probably just see him cast these 2 Chemisters Insights he has. Float it all. Floating 6. 8.
There we
9.
go.
Oh no, March.
I told you,
Okay.
March multitudes.
And then
Yeah, he
Ryan's
just
just like,
shoots
I
up.
will
Yeah, he's
scoop to
over.
that. Yeah.
He does run Expansion Explosion as
I know.
well.
Yeah, I know he does because.
But I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he runs March main, and then I think he actually boards into Expansion, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know.
That could be right. I'm not sure.
Because I remember seeing both games, or instead of each when I played him.
Right.
All right, so Ryan's definitely bringing in the gates on this one.
Looks like he's bringing in 2 crushing
Canopies, which is just a great card, by the way.
Is that 3-minute
That's
instant speed destroy a flying creature with flying or enchantment?
Yes.
Yeah. So like I was just wondering
Straight
like
guess.
why people just don't play like naturalize or naturalize.
Well, but Naturalize doesn't destroy a creature.
Exactly. That's
And like
why-
where Crisis is so big, Canopy just gets a new home. Plus it answers
Right.
Lyra. Plus it answers just many of other fur threads
right.
right off the bat. It's instant speed. It's great. And is it 3 or is it 2? I thought Crushing Canopy was 2.
I believe crushing canopy is 3 mana.
No more than me. It probably is.
And that because I think that's why I was super confused when I saw it in a bunch of people's sideboards.
Now,
looks
I
like
don't know
he's
what
bringing
Dan
up-
brings in.
I'm not sure. I see expansion explosion. I think Ixalan's binding. Oh no, that's what he's boarding out. Looks like he's boarding out a Nexus. Okay, what are you bringing in? I don't know those cards. I see a disdainful stroke. Never mind, he's not bringing in a disdainful stroke.
No, in this matchup you don't really need it.
I mean, it does counter. Crassus. Because on the stack it is X plus 2.
Yeah, but X is 0, so he couldn't counter Crisis.
No, X is not 0 when it's on the stack.
Oh, on the stack, it's what is it? Is it on the stack?
It is whatever X is paid into it. When it is
Oh,
in your
on the
hand.
on
when
the
it,
stack.
yeah, when it's in your hand or on the battlefield, X is always 0.
Okay.
But X, when it is on the stack, is whatever is paid into X. That's why you could fatal push it. I mean, you can't fatal push it in standard because fatal push isn't in standard, but
Which is a shame.
don't know
I
if it's a
miss
shame.
I miss Fatal Push so much.
I mean,
much.
I miss Fatal Push, but I wouldn't call it a shame.
Uh,
We have more than enough removal.
True. There's some removal cards you can get rid of, though. Bring it back. I wouldn't.
I'm okay with not having push. I'm okay with it.
I want it all.
I want it
It's
all.
America, dang it. Okay.
I want it
We should be able to have
now.
everything we want.
Yeah, but I mean, people outside of America also play this game, so you know, they can't have it all. Sorry. I mean, they could maybe. I don't know. I don't know. If you're watching this from like another country,
I highly doubt it, but if you are.
if you are, I mean, no, like, because I looked at like our YouTube statistics, and like, I think like 86% of our viewers are from the United States, but there's like a 14% there that are not.
They must be really bored going all the
No,
way to the bottom of their YouTube.
No, we
Oh,
actually
boy.
get because of the YouTube algorithm, we've been pushed into like suggested before. Like our most viewed video, it has Dan Krapu in it. He's playing Is It Drake's.
Really?
And it was, or not Is It Drake, sorry, Is It Phoenix in Modern. And it's the most viewed video because we posted that the same weekend that it won the GP.
So then everybody's looking at
So
the
then
list.
when anyone typed in Is It Phoenix, we came up as the most relevant, newest video other than the GP. So like we got a lot of views from outside the country. So outside of the
That's
United
actually pretty
States.
cool.
So if you are watching this from outside of the United States, leave a comment, and then just let us know. Let us know where you're from. Let us know how you got to our videos. We're definitely trying to reach out more, trying to get more subscribers, and just do more. More. Yeah, so like
I've
this
got
game,
nothing for that.
right? Like this game is just going on.
Oh.
We got a Merfolk Branch Walker. Dan's gonna hit his land here, land, and play a search. Not the card you want to play on turn 2 when your opponent played a creature.
Nope, not at all. But it's okay. I mean, honestly, you can take you can afford to take some damage with the deck,
You can, some.
but you gotta hope that you hit that next land in order to
Yeah, but when you're
deal
playing,
with what you got going on. Because I mean, Midnight Reaper, you want to get rid of the Midnight Reaper now, before he gets too much gas off of that.
right?
Luckily, you didn't have a Wild Growth Walker to get even more. So
Right. So we see negate, mortify. I think maybe thought erasure. No, thought erasure. Thought erasure. Eraser. We just got it for 6.
Jade Light.
Jade Light Ranger gonna explore another thought erasure. Erasure. It's spelled eraser,
Okay,
right?
No, there's a U in there.
Okay, so it is erasure. Revitalize.
Thought Eraser. I mean, it actually makes sense.
No, 'cause,
more sense
I
than
forget-
Erasure, I guess.
I forget where I was listening. Maybe it was Star City, and he was calling it Thought Eraser, and I'm like, pretty sure that's not how it's spelled. It's not one of them pink things, yeah.
Again, I think
Also-
commentators just give up.
Also, like the Star City, so you know Arch of Araska?
Is that the one that
Tap
tap 5
5
and draw a card?
draw a card.
City's Blessing.
City with the City's Blessing.
Yeah, I know.
He was calling it the Arch of Orizaka. There's no extra A in there. It's like how people call conflagrate. There's no extra ag in there. It's conflagrate.
We just make up whatever feels good to
Right?
at the time. It's just what it is.
Like it's just the way people pronounce like certain cards. Like I'm like there is no. It's like ORZCA or something like Oraska or ORA.
Oh, here it goes.
Whatever it is. Okay, so ooh.
Negate.
Ooh. That seems rough. What do we got? We're gonna cast a root snare in response? Okay, that makes sense. So I got this absorb. Yeah, just take the absorb. And you have a growth spiral and a hollowed fountain in hand. Okay. Just don't even attack, right? Yeah, just pass. Search, trigger.
I mean, you could attack, but it'd be kind of the dumbest move ever.
I
mean,
mean,
let's just tap out, so.
I mean, why
For
not,
no
right?
apparent
Like,
reason.
I would do it, just because
I
I'm just
would
like,
too.
oh, you cast Root Snare, attack. Cool, no blocks. Cool, pass turn. Like, that's what I would do.
Don't scare me. It should, because I've actually gotten to the point where I didn't think he was going to be able to go off at all. So I attacked out. He root snares. I didn't think I cared until he just started going.
Right. Oh, we gotta see.
Oh, it's starting now.
Got to Teferi here, but he does not have a Nexus.
No.
So
He's definitely looking for it. That's why he's got
gonna untap, play Growth Spiral, hopefully draw Nexus? Maybe? I don't know. Untap the 2, play the Growth Spiral off of it. Yep. Draw.
And get it. Nope.
What did he draw?
I thought that was that crazy.
He's gonna play the land and then untap with Wilderness. What
I
recommendation?
thought I saw blue-green. I don't know.
I
Still can't see it.
still can't see it, yeah.
If you ever watch this, Dan, can you like make your cards more visible in your hand? Appreciate it, buddy.
We're gonna go see an
you
attack
go in.
here.
At Teferi, I believe. I think
Looks like
that's
he's
where you want to
about
go
to do
for.
something. Play a Growth Spiral
Growth
response.
Spiral. That's what it was.
What did he just draw? Was it a white card?
He
Maybe.
still ain't showing it, and he didn't show it very well when he pulled it.
For well, where's it all going? It's all going at.
Teferi. I got figured.
Okay. Makes sense.
So he's got Reclamation out, and Search for Wisconsin.
Gonna play a find here, get Crassus and.
Ryan's got to do something now and keep the pressure on it because.
Okay, so it was a Crassus that he
Yeah.
drew. Too bad it doesn't have Flash.
Nope.
That'd be really good. Pitch flip, yep. And he's gonna just hope he sees a Nexus here. Not a Nexus.
Nope.
I could definitely tell it wasn't a Nexus because Dan is frustrated. Well, I mean, activate search, right? Oh, it's a. It's a
Oh.
precognitive perception.
It's that card that does
Mhm.
things.
Well, you're not dead on board, right? You have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
He
you
can
have
take
4. I honestly just take all 3.
Yeah.
Take all 3. Play the growth. No, yeah. Play the growth spiral, and then
What is it?
pass.
Growth Spiral, Negate, and what's the other card that he has?
Expansion explosion.
Explosion, yeah, okay.
So play the growth spiral. Maybe you draw a land. Play the land. Then untap with your wilderness reclamation. Pass the turn, and then you can expansion at Ryan's end step. Take your 10, go to 4. Expansion at his end step.
And hopefully draw into Nexus at that point.
Okay, so he's just going to take the expansion.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you're hopefully drawing. Yeah. So he did get a growth spiral anyway. I like just playing that here. Honestly.
What's the other card in this? Is that a...
It's a land, growth spiral, and an expansion
Okay,
explosion.
another expansion.
I think it's a Sun Petal Grove or a Temple Garden.
This is really bad for Dan right now.
Okay, so he's gonna float to untap, and then is he gonna just go all out on the expansion? So 4. So we got 1 paid into it, 3 paid into it, 4 paid into it, 5 paid into it. So he's gonna expansion for 5. Looks like. Okay, so he's just gonna kill the Midnight Reaper.
Kills Midnight. He loses a life, gets a card. That works too, because you rather only get 1 card than get a potential 3.
He drew 5, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna just pass. It does not look like he saw a Nexus.
Got all that draw power and still no Nexus.
Right. Well, he did board some out, so.
He's definitely only got 3. I think he only boarded 1 out.
That's 7 damage.
Getting in there. Ryan definitely has an advantage right now. He's just to keep the pressure on. As long as he can continue to do that, he might actually have this one. Unless Dan gets to the Nexus here on this turn. Nope, still no
Oh, he has
Nexus.
a crushing canopy in hand.
Yeah.
You need to do that in response to something. Like, why did you not do that while he was tapped out? You just need to cast that on the Wilderness Reclamation, right?
Is it enchantment too? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's destroy
I
target
don't understand why he's.
creature with flying.
Maybe he's thinking he can just get there without having to do it.
It looks like he's going to respond to this, maybe? No, he's going to let it resolve. That's 3 lands. That looks like 3 bottoms. Because if you go to end step and let the trigger go on the stack, like... I guess you could do it.
Oh,
Okay,
got
there's
the
the
Nexus.
Nexus, but... Dan's going to have a problem here with this Crushing Canopy.
Oh,
He does not have a counterspell for it. So we're going to see him go to end step, and
he's
he
gonna do
goes
that
in your
response.
second main phase.
Yes.
Before end step, before the trigger can even go on the stack, destroy it. I personally like doing it in response to that precognitive perception, or just doing it here. Now you know that because he's gonna have no lands. Like, what is he gonna do? Spell pierce it?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and then
And from there-
Dan's just like, man, if
Yeah.
only I played spell pierce, right?
And I think Ryan just wins at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
he
no,
probably
this
just
is
scoops.
where
There's
Dan
no way.
probably just scoops because you have 1 land, and there's nothing you can do with that. You're taking lethal unless you draw or revitalize here and can play a land.
Nope, and it's a land.
Now he scoops. Yep, like that's the only way. Yeah, I guess if he did draw a revitalize, he would be at 1.
But see, like, this is the 1% where Ryan actually got the chance, but we're going to see this next one, I'm pretty sure. Just going by what Dan's record was, I have a feeling he ends up winning this one.
Well, he might. I'm not really sure.
That was crazy, though. But like I said in the beginning, if Ryan puts enough pressure on Dan, which he did, and Dan didn't get everything, he was very slow to start.
Right. Yeah, he was.
Which really sucks. He was struggling to
He
find
was
that
really
Nexus.
unlucky to not find a Nexus. I think he did that because he was on the draw. Now he's on the play, so I think he just brought another Nexus back in. I'm not 100% sure on that.
We're about to find out.
I see a Nexus right there, still in this. So
Who?
looks like he's just playing 3. I don't know what the card he just put in was. He took
You
something
barely
out
see
to
it
put something
really
in.
fast.
Yeah, he did it really quick. And I'm not too sure.
There's nothing else Ryan needs to do. He's pretty good. He keeps the Crushing Canopies in.
You know, maybe Dan brought in that spell pierce.
If you're not running it, you should.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't run it. It's not that good.
Spell Pierce is awesome.
I'd rather just play Syncopate.
I love the tilt
I'd rather
people
just play
listen to.
Syncopate because then that Syncopate would have been the same thing. He would have just played his land first.
Syncopate for 1 does nothing. Or Syncopate for 0 does nothing.
No, I said he would have played his land first.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't respond to a land drop.
True.
It's part of the game. Can't respond to it because you're not casting it. You're just putting it into play. Actually, the only way you can respond is if your opponent cheated. You can respond by calling a judge over.
Right. In response,
judge?
disqualify?
Judge,
DQ.
my opponent played an additional land. I'm responding to his land drop by calling you over. That's how you respond to a land drop.
You need audio on this.
No.
Could I like you hear if they're talking shit or not? It's
You
just
can't.
my
You
language,
can't
folks.
hear. You cannot hear them anyway because my mic is not directional on the camera.
Oh, okay.
So it just picks up the room.
Yeah,
You
that's how
actually.
we-
and
that's how we heard from the other one. That's how, when we were first getting this video set up, we heard people asking for cigarettes.
yes.
Just humorous. Alright, so Watery Grave. What's the other?
That hand looks like a mulligan.
Yeah,
to me.
definitely. 4 lands?
Dan's hand does not. He has lands and a few spells. Not a lot of spells.
Does he have Nexus in
He
hand?
does.
Yeah.
And a Chemist's Insight and
Oh,
another
yeah,
card.
he just keeps this.
And a Wilderness Reclamation, it looks like.
So he's all his pieces. He just
Yeah.
keeps this at
He,
this
he
point.
moves his hand too quick, so I can't really see it. Yeah, that okay. So it's Wilderness Reclamation, Crassus, Chemisters. It's either Crassus or
That land
the
thingy.
yeah, growth spiral. Jesus.
The land thingy. I like that better. The land thingy.
The land thingy. Yes. I believe it is a.
Do you think reclamation gets banned?
No, I do not. Unless it's like 7 of the top 8 decks in.
I
Pro
have
Tour.
a feeling it's coming.
If it's 7 of the top 8 decks in the Pro Tour, then yes. Oh, nice. You probably just flashed your whole hand to Dan when you did that. Land pass.
Ooh, we're doing a bunch of land passes now.
This is how this game works.
Just land and pass. Yep. At least they're both on the same.
Land pass. Land pass. Land pass. Land pass. This
Do
is how I like to
Here
play
we
Magic.
go.
I like to play Magic like that, where your first 5 turns when you're playing against your opponent, it's land pass, land pass, land pass, land pass, draw spell, land pass to fairy.
And then whoever puts a fairy gets put the fairy down wins anyway.
Yes.
After the land passes. If you ain't got nothing at that point. We got a Jade Light. What did he flip up?
Ooh, he's gonna just negate it. Nice.
That's smart.
Yeah, it makes sense. We don't want him to take that Nexus out of his hand. You already have it in your hand. You're going to cast it this turn by floating mana and doing crazy Nexus-y wilderness reclamation things. That's how this deck works. It does dumb things.
Yeah.
And I'm playing it, so...
What's really cool, though, is like this version of the deck. Like other versions of the Bant Nexus... he's got double reclamation. This is over. This is so bad for Ryan right now. And he knows it.
He's going to float 5, untap.
This is about to be a very long game
2,
for Ryan just sitting there.
Nexus.
Yep.
See, me, I'd have to flip my Primal Amulet first and then do it, but... Because then I'm just Nexusing for 3. I'm taking 3 additional turns by casting 1 spell, which is just great.
You're just trying to get all the advantage.
What does Dan's shirt say? Oh, will you follow? Nah, I won't.
It's like
I don't know your Twitter, Dan, so I can't follow. Sorry.
Actually,
Okay.
it's a Bible verse, I think.
But it's in the
inside.
Twitter.
Well, I mean,
there's
if
the
you look at
Nexus.
the back of his shirt.
There it is. Play your land.
Oh.
Float, blah, 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 blah. Nexus, blah, 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 blah.
Float.
Yep, okay.
And Nexus. And we do it all over again.
Oh,
no,
then he
unstep,
untaps.
yep.
He untaps and then discards some whatever, probably the absorbed to Chemister's
Brings
Insight.
back Chemister's Insight to try to get Nexus again, or at this point you're looking for
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
a way to win. So like Expansion Explosion or March. If he didn't take March out, I don't think he
Okay,
did.
so I guess he's just going to his next turn then. Okay. Gonna cast this. Crassus for. Oh.
5?
So that means he gains 2, draws 2?
Yes.
Did he draw the Nexus? I was not looking.
I did not see him. No, he did not.
No. So
He
we're
drew a
gonna see,
land and
we're to see
something
the
else.
untap of the first one.
I think he drew that Prognosis thing. or whatever.
Precognition.
Yeah, that-
Precognitive perception.
The
Jeez.
Prognosis.
I keep wanting to say. I keep wanting to say precognitive field, precognition field or whatever, but I keep saying like precognition perception. Land for turn.
No, he already did. He just played.
Or land off. Sorry, not
Yeah,
land for
off
turn.
the-
Off the growth spiral. Untap the second
It's
time.
okay. I'm paying attention.
And then pass. Okay. So he did not. We know now that he didn't draw the Nexus, and he just has this lonely absorb in his hand, and I don't know what the other card is. He just keeps cycling it super fast. What is it?
Holy crap! He's on crack.
It's a search.
We
It's a
call
search
him
for.
Dan
I think it's a
Jitters
search
Krapu, like,
and
what is
something else. Maybe I honestly don't know.
Wow, I couldn't see that one either.
I don't know. I feel like he shuffles faster when he gets a little stressed. Okay, so it was a search. I was right. I got it. Gonna beat in for 5 here.
And Ryan has to take.
Precognitive
There it is. I was right.
Perception.
Yay!
And there's the
And
Nexus.
there we go.
Bottom of the land. Draw 3.
Such a good card. So what? You go to your instep at this point and then play Nexus.
Yeah. He's like, did I play a land this turn? And Ryan's like, I don't know. Do you need to?
Sure, why not? Play your lands.
Wilderness Reclamation triggers. Tap. Nexus. Again. He doesn't even have the real one out anymore.
No.
It's like, I don't.
Well, I mean, they see it there before, it doesn't matter.
I'm too good to have the real one out, right?
No, is he running? So he's just running the one like that, and then the other ones he has the Nexuses, or is he running all proxy?
He's running all proxy.
Off of just one Nexus and then outside.
No, he has 4 real ones.
Okay.
But he's running 4 proxies.
Yeah, 'cause I saw all the lands.
He has to technically have all of them. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yep. Ryan's like, this is
and
over.
Ryan just scoops to that. So
I would too. What are you supposed to do there? Just sit there and let him kill you?
Well, he didn't have a Nexus on the stack. So you have a turn. But yeah, so we'll be back for round 4.